Yo, what is going on, Raider Nation? It's your boy Small Raider with Mouse.
Mr. Fitz eating almonds right now. Y'all know what it is, Raiders, bitch.
One more time. What is going on, Raider Nation? Welcome back to another episode of... Come on. And we got episode 14, and we got some special guests with us today. Huge episode. Everybody's... What
the fuck is going on?
Hold on. This is the episode y'all been asking.
Oh my god.
This episode he been hyping up all week.
This is a huge episode. Huge episode, bro.
Goddamn.
Bro, don't die on that, bro. All right.
He's
And he
dying.
gonna blame it on
He's
Prime.
dying. He's dying.
Y'all know what it is, Raiders, bitch.
Just win, baby. Let's go. What is going on, Raider Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Us Nation podcast with your boy Simone Raider and my co-host.
Mr. Fitz, y'all know what it is, Raiders, bitch.
And welcome back to episode 14. We got some special guests with us. Shout out to my Us, Savage, and Mikey Vision.
What's up, Bay Area, baby? Raider Jesse.
What's up, man? Las Vegas, 702.
You already know, got a rap. The 702. And also, you know, before we start the episode, like every other episode, man, I got to give a huge shout out to Sub City Studios. If you
Yes,
guys
sir.
are trying to start a podcast or looking for a place to shoot a podcast, this is the place for you guys, man. But like I start every episode, you know, I always ask this guy, but now I got a guest over here to ask, how's your guys' week been? And
What's new? What's popping?
Well, we flew out over here to Vegas.
Fly over here.
Flew out here to Vegas. Watch this game. Hey, we finally got another win.
yes, sir.
3-3, baby.
2-win game streak, baby.
There you go.
Let's go.
And shout out to my guy, Mikey. He's
Yeah.
out there always shooting everything, huh?
Yeah, I don't have to fly out here. I'd live out here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Nah, man, it's been busy, man. You know, I had 5 gigs this week, plus
Damn.
the Raider tailgate, little parties. So I've been busy, man. It's grinding.
I know. I mean, we've all been grinding, man, especially with the Raiders. I mean, it's not easy trying to keep up with this team. Shout out to Jesse to go to, like, almost every game.
Every home game and then whatever away games I could afford. So
How many games have you been so far? Every game, right?
last season?
So
This
far this
season.
season.
This season, home games, every home game. I've been to Denver, and then we are scheduled to go to Miami. this
Miami.
year.
So we went to all the same games so far.
Yes.
So yeah, okay.
But you went Buffalo, no?
No, I didn't go Buffalo.
Oh, I thought you went to
I
Buffalo.
was gonna go to Buffalo, but
I wanted to go to
I had to
Buffalo.
watch my son.
See? Being a good father.
Daddy duties.
There you go.
So, speaking of the Raiders and whatnot, of course, we follow the team. And finally, the Raiders are on a 2-game win streak. We beat the Patriots this past week, which was a huge W for us. I guess I asked Mikey first, man. How do you feel about the state of the Raiders right now?
Man, I feel good about him, to be honest with you. And with Jimmy out, it would look a little better.
Oh, come on.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna start it off like that.
AOC. AOC.
Don't
No,
even
no,
get this
no.
guy started. He wasn't even playing last game.
Not AOC. AOC's not the guy, but
He is the guy.
he's not the guy.
He is the
Man,
Not right now.
of the future.
He will be the guy.
he will be the guy, right? But again, they didn't practice him. They didn't put him in there to learn it. You know what I'm saying? They just threw him in there. So you can't.
He'll be playing this week though.
You think so?
I mean, look
see.
good during preseason.
Yeah, before I get into that, though, you brought up a good point. I also want to ask Jesse how you feel about this win. I mean, it's 2 straight wins, but even after these 2 wins, are you still sold on Josh McDaniels or no?
No, especially during the red zone, because how many times did we get to the red zone on 2 different quarterbacks, and yet we still couldn't finish? You know, we still had to get field goals. You know, if it wasn't for Carlson, we would have lost this game completely.
And defense, I will give a shout out to the defense,
especially
too.
with defense, but you know, our offensive line is not blocking. You know, there's no run block whatsoever. You know, the Patriots were running a 5-3 defense. You know, and then they were not even blocking the outside linebackers. They're coming in untouched, hitting Josh Jacobs as soon as he touches the ball.
Yeah.
And you can't get going.
Yeah.
If you can't block the man that's ahead of you, or either you put a hand on a chip block or something, then there's gonna be no run. If there's no run, the pass has to be established. And if we only have passing and no running, you're not gonna win the game. Or we won a game, but hey, by the skin
We
of our teeth.
squeezed one out.
Yeah. But, like, I've told everybody, I'd rather take these ugly wins than beautiful losses.
Yeah.
We were winning at the end of the day. I know it's not convincingly. I know we should be winning convincingly, especially with the offense we have right now. But that kind of leads into, I mean, this guy knows how I feel about Jimmy G and whatnot. And I feel like the offense was doing okay. Not great, but obviously we found out that Jimmy G was hurt. His back was hurt from carrying this team for so long.
The lies. First of all, stop it.
Look at this guy.
Stop it.
Okay, I was just joking.
man.
But he I didn't know he was out for the rest of the game. We found out at halftime he got carted off in an ambulance, went to the hospital, and most likely might not play this week's game. So
AOC.
AOC super
I
fan
want to
over
see the
here.
rookie in. Hoyer,
that's what I was
Hoyer
gonna-
has a great pass.
so-
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask. You know, Brian Hoyer came in, and he surprisingly looked good out there. Not great, but he looked solid out there. So I guess let me ask Savage first. Who would you rather have if Jimmy G's not good to go, Brian Hoyer or AOC?
AOC, especially against Chicago. It's a perfect game for him to establish his confidence in running the offense. Hoyer, he's already been established.
I'm going opposite on that one.
Yeah,
I'm going Hoyer.
Nah,
I'm going
I like
Hoyer.
Oh no.
I'm going Hoyer because when he when he pulled up to the Patriots game, man, I knew he knew he was going in. When that happened, right?
Yeah.
They knew that it wasn't going to be LC. They were going to put Hoyer. Knew I'm going in, right? So he already knew, kind of like I might be ready for this, right?
Yeah.
But I believe when he came and stepped up to the plate, man, he was throwing dimes. He was throwing passes right off the start. Like Jimmy G never did that. He kind of dropped back, did like little. He takes longer in the pocket. Hoyer gets it out there before any time. Like you look at his stats from last game, I think Hoyer's going to do it. I know AOC. It was his first game in the NFL. He had the jitters. No one really taught him everything. He was fumbling ball, wasn't controlling it, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I think Hoyer's going to step up, and they're going to put him in first.
Yeah, and I think for me, I gotta agree with Mikey on this one. I'd rather see the veteran in there. I think AOC still got room to grow and stuff like that. But from what we've seen, somebody that's familiar with the offense already, have the veteran go out there and see what he can do. At first, I wasn't really sold on Hoyer, but I guess from the half that we did see from him, wasn't great, but it was good enough to at least move the offense down the field. But if we go into this game, especially with the team knowing that Hoyer's going to be playing, if Hoyer's not able to do anything, then I would, moving forward, have AOC start for the rest of the season. If Jimmy's not good to go,
AOC.
why? Give me your analysis.
Let me
That's a good analysis.
get my little tie up there.
That proves, you know.
Yep,
No,
that's good.
AOC,
Get it out your mouth.
Me as a risk taker and a bettor,
Yeah.
AOC, the upside I saw with him on the Chargers was super fucking high, bro. Yeah, he fucked up a few times in the beginning, rookie mistakes, whatnot. Not to mention that he got hit by his own fucking O-line that caused one of the fumbles. But the upside with him is fucking tremendous. Second half of that game, he came out there and started moving the ball. There was even that one bomb where he threw, who was it, to where they called for the offensive
It was
pass.
Devontae.
Was it Devontae?
I think it was Devontae.
Where it was like 40-something yards where he bombed it down the field?
Didn't he catch it though? It was like
Yeah,
at
he
the,
caught it.
Like
Hoyer
a
did that too.
5-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think it was. It
Hoyer
probably
did-
was
Hoyer
Carter,
did
no?
that too.
Yeah, Hoyer did do that too.
Hoyer,
No,
Hoyer,
that was
How
not
did
lucky.
Hoyer
That
get
was
lucky
perfect.
though?
That was
He
perfect
can't
in the
say
bread
that.
basket, bro. That
He
was
said he
perfect
got
in the
lucky.
bread basket.
Okay,
That
the
was
pass to Trey
perfect.
Tucker, right?
Yeah, but he still didn't finish in the red zone
He
though.
didn't fit exactly.
But what did Aiden do? Because
But
Aiden didn't
again,
score no touchdowns
no,
in that
Aiden's a
game.
rookie.
No,
I'm
he
giving
did.
him the
He did
benefit
score a
of the doubt.
touchdown.
Then
He
the
did.
No, he didn't.
He ran in for a touchdown.
No, he didn't.
AOC did.
For that game?
Oh, yeah, he did. He had one
Oh,
touchdown.
He had one
the
touchdown.
the
That was
QB
his first
sneak,
NFL
the QB
touchdown.
sneak.
Yeah.
Did
So
you
they
do
were
that?
hyped
He'd probably
about it.
break a leg.
They're hyped about, but look at it.
Or
It
break
goes
his
back to
back.
it. But look, it goes back to what he just said. What he just said. He just said he doesn't like McDaniel's red zone call. So how are you going to blame that on the QB?
Exactly.
When McDaniel's is calling these red zone plays that is not getting it done.
Yeah, the quarterback's got to take control of the
Nah,
team.
but he can't
Sometimes
because
you
he's
get audible.
He
You
can't
can read.
because, but he can't
But then
because he's
again,
third string.
it's also running on the fucking first and second.
Right.
You know, during the red zone.
But you can't-
Especially when our passes are already established. Okay, so I do give you that. But at the same time, you know, when it is third down, when it's time to pass, and he's not making those completions, you know, defense knows it is coming, but still.
Yeah, but at the end of
that's
the
what I
All I'm
tried
saying
to.
is the upside with AOC is fucking tremendous.
Yeah,
But
well,
upside
that's
is
in
so
the-
like there's upside means so much. Like it doesn't mean everything.
I see greatness in him when I look at him.
I seen greatness in
Greatness
Carr,
in the
and I didn't
Raiders.
see nothing else from that. But I'm just saying, like, that's the same thing I kind of tell this guy. You know, like he blames the coaching for ALC's mistakes, but you know the same mistakes could be for Jimmy G, but it doesn't amount to coaching and whatnot. You know, I feel like, you know, LC's okay. He's not there yet. But at the end of the day, I guess we could put it on coaching and not just the quarterback.
But yeah, okay. Everybody has their opinions, but I really like AOC. I like what I've
I
seen.
mean, you could like AOC, but it doesn't mean like
he's
It's not his time yet. It's not his time
the
yet.
future of the Raiders.
It's not his time yet.
Huh?
It's not his time yet.
yeah, it's not his time yet.
I don't see why
I think
not.
it's coming up in 4 days.
Nah, I really think they're gonna go. Hoyer's gonna be that guy.
But no,
up.
Hoyer's gonna be
Can't really say
starting.
nothing on camera, but off record, delete this part. He's in.
How do you know?
Hoyer's in.
It's like last time.
Like last time.
Inside.
Hoyer's in.
Shout out to Insider.
Yeah. Insider trader.
Insider Trader. I mean, like I said, there's been flashes of AOC. I seen
going to
flashes
jail,
in the
bro.
last game, but I'm not sold on him just
Neither am
yet. But he kind of reminds me of Matt McGloin, like 2.0, somebody that has upside, that looks good.
You mean the guy that lost us the wild card?
Yeah, and the guy that lost us the Chargers game a couple of weeks ago was AOC. So I'm saying like. But like you said, like the quarterback can only do too much. The quarterback still has to make the play.
Right.
You know, the coaching's calling the plays, but the quarterback has to make the plays. And Jimmy G there's been times where he hasn't made the plays. AOC lost us the game with that interception at the end of the game. You know, remember?
So and your boy Jimmy has done that plenty of
And I
times.
just said
But-
that.
but
Jimmy's
look,
done that too.
7 or 8 times
But
already.
look, you also
No,
got
you got to take away 3 of those interceptions.
Enough is enough.
He's got 4 interceptions that
Right.
solely on him. I'll give you that. But 3 interceptions, like Devontae Adams got smacked this last game.
Yeah,
that's
because
what-
of Jimmy G.
No,
Jimmy
but
G damn ball right in the middle. That's twice that he's done that
But
to him this
that's your
season.
job as
he's
a-
done it in the
as-
first game, and it's done in the last.
But
game.
it's your job to be a wide receiver. You're going to be going across the middle anytime.
Yeah, but
you're
it's
not.
also your job as a QB not to get your players hurt.
That is true.
And especially Devontae Adams, our
Right.
best player on the damn field.
Right.
He should know better than
When
that.
he got smacked, bro, I was nervous.
But you got to hold on to the ball, though.
No offense to Jacoby,
That too.
but he should be doing that to Jacoby, not to Devontae.
Devontae over there, like, he said, listen.
But you also got to think about it too. Is like when you're backup quarterback and third string quarterback because you got backup and you got third string in there, right? When you're that into the thing, you can't do what Jimmy can do with the coach. You know, he's a higher player. He can get away with a lot more stuff than AOC and Hoyer can.
That's true.
So when you're in that red zone and you think in your head like, oh, coach wants me to play or do this play, but I don't like this play and it doesn't go through, and you want to do something, you're not gonna step up because you're scared, right? Because you're third string quarterback. So at the end of the day, you got to know your place, right?
Yeah.
It's a business. You got to know your place. You can't just be like, hey, coach, and that's not the play I'm doing. I'm gonna audible it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't do it, but if you're first string quarterback and you got that big name, you can get away with it.
Yeah, but does the mistakes or even like the stats, does it matter as long as you're winning? Because you look at Jimmy G, his record right now with the Raiders is technically 3-2, a winning record with the Raiders. I know it hasn't been pretty, and there's been interception turnovers
but
and
win's
stuff
a
like
win.
that. Yeah, but that's what I said. Does the wins amount to more than just the stats that he's putting on the field?
Those are our defensive wins.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
defensive
one of
win
them, for sure.
No, yeah,
No, 2 of them.
Straight up is defense.
No, I know, but you still need a quarterback that's able to at
we
least.
also need a quarterback that's going to take us over 20 points as well.
Right.
Yeah, but for me,
I can't stand behind Jimmy.
Second place, baby.
For me, as long as we're winning, like I can't complain too much about it. You know, like I feel like Jimmy does put us in a good position to win, a better position to win than Brian Hoyer and AOC. I know I'm in a minority though.
I agree with you. A win's a win, but how do you feel during the whole game? You feel like, fuck, here we go again.
I
The
don't.
whole damn game, you're
with
feeling like
what?
that.
With Jimmy?
Yeah.
To that half. Yeah, there was plays. Obviously, I was like, oh, what the hell? But then we were winning at that point. I was like, okay, we just got to keep our foot on the pedal. But then I didn't know that he was gone for the rest of the game. Brian Hoyer had some big plays, solid plays. Wasn't crazy. He wasn't lighting it up. He didn't have no touchdowns at all. But we won the game, and everybody feels positive. It kind of, for me, it kind of lose back.
He didn't get a touchdown.
No touchdowns.
touchdowns.
Only Jimmy did, and then the
And
interception.
AOC.
No. I mean, off this game.
game.
Oh, yeah, none of the game. I'm sorry.
Yeah. In this past game, it was just Jimmy G, and then the interception was off of Devontae Adams
But
getting smacked.
that's what I'm
every
saying.
day.
It comes to the coach's calls on that.
It does. But then you still need a quarterback to execute.
Right.
Like you go back to 2021 when we made that big run at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't winning games because of Derek Carr, but nobody was blaming Derek Carr for anything because we were winning. That for me, that's why I say I look at Jimmy. As long as we go out there and we win,
I also blaming him for those interceptions.
okay, but I'm saying 4 of those interceptions. Yeah. The
remember those
interceptions
interceptions.
they're not pretty. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm saying like, as long as we're winning, I'm not really gonna complain about it. You know, those three games that we did lose in a row were bad, and I even criticized Jimmy G for his play, and then the play calling from Josh McDaniels. But that's just where I stand on Jimmy G. I don't think he's the future for us, but at least he's a placeholder for us right now.
He's Mr. Right Now.
Yeah, he is. That's exactly. But with the season, how it's panning out so far, and the defense playing like they've been playing, man, I know I was surprised by it. How do you guys feel about the defense so far? Because they have been stepping up in a big way.
Defense definitely has been stepping up, 100%, right? But I believe they're more dogs. They got more dog in them. They're just not coming out with it. For some reason, it's getting held back. I don't know if maybe it's according to calls. Could be the calls, man. And to be honest with you, I've been telling people this since these games been started this season. Like, I think these coaches is the ones to blame. I don't think it's these players, man. I think these coaches on all coaches' staff is the one making bad calls. That head office, those top coaches, offense coordinators, McDaniels, their play calls is not, because it's their calls, right? McDaniels is his playbook, right? It's their stuff. And at the end of the day, man, I think the defensive coordinator and all of them are making bad decisions on plays. A lot of these players are wide open, man. A lot of these players are wide open. I mean, you watch the one where dude had to turn around and run the other way because he was wide open from Epps. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I believe that it starts with the coaches calling, man. I think it's wrong calls.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's blown zoning or blown coverages, but yeah, our secondary has been burned a few times, or maybe they're just reading the run wrong.
Yeah.
Or they're just focused solely on the guards, and so you got Spillane coming over here to cover this side of the field when in fact the ball's coming on this side.
Right.
But hey, shout out to Spillane though. That kid stepped up tremendously
Big time.
At Mike linebacker. Man, he's sideline to sideline. You watch him every single play. He has a engine just like Crosby. It's just nonstop going. And I'm watching him. I'm like, hey, that kid's pretty damn good.
He's a dog for sure.
He coming from Pittsburgh.
I wish he would have got that interception.
Oh hell yeah,
He did. He almost did. That would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy, man.
I mean, he stepped up big in the last game.
He had 2 interceptions last game, right?
2 interceptions could have been 3 in that game.
Yeah, and
Marcus Peters almost had a couple interceptions that last game
that's
too.
True.
Yeah, and even that crucial game against the Steelers was
Man, we need that game. We would have won that game if he would have intercepted that ball and took it back to a pick six against the Steelers. Hands down, we would have won that game.
I mean, the defense.
That momentum would have been there.
Defense in general has been surprising to me, and I feel like they're slowly gelling together right now, which is great to see because the offense isn't picking up their slack. As much as I back up Jimmy G, the offense is not. Whoever you put at quarterback, it's not really rolling. Holes aren't opening up for Josh. We're barely getting the ball to our best players out there. Jacoby Myers has been looking solid out there, but Devontae, Hunter Renfrow has not been seen.
Been dead, man. Yeah. It's crazy.
And I'm gonna get to him in a little bit. It's good to see the rookie Michael Mayer starting to,
he had a big game this last game.
Yeah.
He had a couple.
That's what I was
there.
expecting from him.
Yeah,
This is week 1.
he came in pretty good, but the defense has been holding it together for the most part. And Max Crosby, man, I mean,
Goats,
two back-to-back games, the defense calls game.
Yep.
Amik Robertson, your boy, remember the
Yeah.
Wolf?
I told you.
And then Max Crosby last game with that safety. I mean, big time. And these are the type of games I feel like last year we would have dropped because there were so many games that we dropped like at the end and the defense didn't come through and offense didn't come through. But it's just surprising to me that the defense has been coming through a lot lately. And if we could continue that, I feel like we could still win a couple of games. I mean, how crazy is it like right now? We're second in the division, and it feels like our team has been going all over the place, like bad games, and we're barely beating teams. Do you feel like
we're also barely losing. I mean, besides the Buffalo game, we barely lost against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Barely lost against the Chargers.
That's what I'm saying. So we just need to gel better.
Yeah,
man.
it's just finding ways to win.
Once it clicks, it clicks. But right now, ain't nothing clicking. Nothing's clicking. It's just individual players making individual plays.
And I mean, that goes to show like how crazy it is, how crazy of a season it's been that even though it doesn't look like it's all clicking, we're still winning games. At the end of the day, Al Davis said it best. Just win, baby, and that's what we're doing right now. But I guess moving on to another subject, Hunter Renfrow. A lot of fans have been talking about because we just haven't been utilizing him, whether it's the coaching with the play calling or Jimmy G, whoever's the quarterback, not throwing to him. There's been rumors going around that we possibly might be moving on from Hunter Renfrow by the trade deadline. So tell me your whole thoughts on that, and should the Raiders move on from him?
My whole thoughts on that is that Derek Carr to Hunter Renfrow is Garoppolo to Jacoby Myers. So Jacoby Myers pretty much took over Hunter Renfro's job.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Hunter Renfro was a great wide receiver.
Third and Renfro.
You know, he got two seasons, 600 plus yards. He had one season over 1,000, and then last year, obviously, he was injured. You know, so he didn't play as much. And then this year, he's a ghost, like Mikey Visions.
Oh shit, where'd he go?
R.I.P. dog. No, but you bring up a good point. I feel like obviously Hunter Renfro is not a number one receiver, but he played his role ever since he's been there. But it might come down to coaching as well. You know, like that was a John Gruden guy. We got Josh McDaniels here. I mean, I was expecting more last year, but our offense was just not gelling at all, even with Derek Carr as the quarterback.
Yeah.
Did you answer whether or not we should move on from him or?
If we should move on, I don't know, because what is our in depth for our roster? You know,
Did you raise your hand?
Yeah.
you may speak on your own podcast.
Fuck you. What I was gonna say is, yes, we should move on from Hunter Renfro. He's a great guy, great player. Did some amazing things while with the Raiders, but we're not utilizing him.
Yeah.
So instead of letting his career die, let's get rid of him, get him to a team that can exploit his fucking talents. You know what I mean? And in return, we get something, whether it's 5th round, 6th round, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just do the guy a favor.
Well, I'll take someone on defense.
Yeah, I think he'd be doing us a favor and himself a favor.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I'd agree with you, like that we should move on from him. He's a solid player.
Yeah,
but if we're not utilizing him, we might as well get something out of him. He's a talent on the roster right now that we could get something in return. Nothing crazy, but if we could get somebody on the defense side of the ball or get some draft picks, then I'm all
Maybe
for
like
it.
trade him and like maybe a 2nd round pick to get Burns.
Nah,
Well,
not a
I did read up
Third.
that the Raiders are going
Burns
to
is
be.
only 25 and he is elite right now.
Yeah. But then you could also wait for him in free agency.
When
But
does he become a free agent?
The trade line's coming up. And like
no,
I
trade
said,
deadline, but he's on a contract
gonna-
year this
Raiders
year.
are
Buying.
planning to buy right now.
That's what I'm saying.
That's their big thing right now. So I really want Burns. Him and Crosby would be fucking dope together.
That'd be solid. Is there a player on your radar that
No,
you
I have
want?
nobody on my radar right now. But if we was to pick up somebody defensively on the D line to help out Crosby,
Yeah.
because the hell happened to Chandler Jones?
That boy.
A pimp named Lucky.
There's a lot of other names out there. I want, like you said, somebody on the defensive lines. Like
What about offensive line? Would you pick up somebody at this late in the stage?
Man.
I mean, because obviously we need some type of help.
the offensive line, I feel like, I don't know, they're not doing as good as they did last year.
Last year they were good. They held it down.
They were terrific last year. I mean, look at our running back. He was the leading rusher of the league. He is nowhere to be found this year. And it's not his fault. I mean, you look at all these damn plays, somebody's in the backfield.
I was so quick to judge him at the beginning because, obviously, every time he caught the ball, it wasn't going anywhere. They're starting to get their groove with the running game. It's starting to be better. He had
yeah,
his
seen
best-
glimpses of, especially
Yeah,
against
he
the
had his best game this past week with 77 yards. It's not what he was last year, and I don't think I was expecting that. Getting 1,600 yards and being the NFL rushing leader, nobody has ever done that twice in a row. No running back has done that twice. So I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a better game though.
I thought Pac-Man Jones did that.
No. Nobody's been a leading rusher twice. He probably.
Well, I mean, but you never seen anybody ever fall off as much as he have either. Because for the very first game, he had negative yards. The first time in NFL history that happened. So I don't think anybody expected that to happen.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing. I think he's slowly finding his groove right now. I still feel like the offensive line needs to pick up their game, but at least we're trending in the right way.
You know what? To go back to it though, we are bashing on the rushing offensive line because passing, they're not doing too bad. They're
not even doing that
pretty,
good.
They're pretty decent.
Not really.
You don't think
These
so?
past couple of games have not been good. Like
Well, I mean,
Jimmy's done a good job, like trying to get out of pressure and whatnot. When we played the Steelers, it was all bad. Like the passing attack. I mean, the pass blocking was all bad. The game against the Chargers was all bad. Even though the rookie held onto the ball too long.
Well, I mean, you can say the same thing for Jimmy because I've kind of more than multiple times where he held on to the ball when he should have got rid of it. It's just like in training camp when we see that he had that quick release.
Yeah,
we only see that a few times this year.
But that's the thing that I like about Jimmy. I guess more than Carr is that he knows how to move around in the pocket. and try to get the ball out. But he has been sacked a couple of times, which I could allude back to the offensive line. I guess a lot of us have a lot of expectations for the offense to be better, especially with the amount of talent we have on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, going back from last year to our weapons this year, yes. I mean, definitely with the running. Because even if it's not Josh Jacobs, even if they put in Zamir White, I mean, will we still see a difference? I mean, it's still going to be the same run blocking.
Yeah.
It might be worse.
I can't say.
Yeah, we can't say.
Because what we're going off is preseason, and it's just preseason.
Bang, bang.
But yeah, getting into that, I guess moving on to the Chicago game. The Raiders have a
Easy game.
an easy schedule moving forward. Easy schedule because on paper it could always look easy, but the Raiders always
fuck it up for some reason.
They always tend to lose the games we're supposed to win and win the games we're not supposed to, whatever. But on paper, we have a winnable schedule moving forward, at least for the next 3-4 games. I mean,
Detroit's the only one that might give us a problem.
Yeah, Detroit. I was gonna etch out.
There's some dogs.
I was gonna etch out Detroit.
We're on a 2-game winning streak. We got the Bears this week. Justin Fields broke his thumb. He's out. We should win that one. If we could beat the Bears this week and be on a 3-game winning streak going into Detroit with the momentum, we could possibly pull that out.
We got backup versus backup, so I'm not putting too much faith into it.
Yeah.
But hey, it's Raiders. I'm always betting on the house, baby.
Yes, sir. So with that, like, what did you have the Raiders' record prediction at the beginning of the season? How many wins did you have us getting?
At least 10.
I was on the same boat, and he had 8. But with what you've seen so far this season in the beginning, and even the little momentum we're building right now, do you still feel like we're on track to win that many games or no? So where's your head at right now then?
My head is I'll take what I could get, honestly.
I think that's been all of us.
Hey, it's not early 2000s where we're going 2-14, which I'm very happy about. But as long as we could just pull out any wins that we can, dogfight that shit out, then I'll take it.
It's crazy. We're in a crazy time now. We're a team that hasn't won a lot lately. Obviously, for the past couple of years. I mean, there's 2 years that we've had at least winning seasons.
We only had 2 winning seasons in 25 years,
20 some years, which is 16 and 21. But I'm saying we haven't seen a lot of wins. But it's crazy to me. I'm on social media a lot. I see a lot of people talk. But it's crazy to me to see a lot of Raider fans complain after a win. Like that's me. Like how do you guys feel about that? Because I feel like like I said before, Al Davis always said, "Just win, baby." By any means, it don't matter as long as we win.
Enjoy that shit while you last.
Because we don't get that a lot, and
exactly.
We're winning right now. It's like if the Raiders lose, fans complain. If the Raiders win, fans complain. And I think that kind of goes back to our coaching and our quarterback. Maybe they still not bought into them.
Nobody's happy with the picks that we've been getting. Nobody's happy with the coach. Nobody's happy with the quarterback. I think this is like the first year where I've talked to other fans and they're just like, fuck. Like nobody wants these people.
Yeah.
Other years people bought into Derek Carr. People bought into Chucky. You know what I mean? Like people actually truly believe, hey, we're going to go back to this. Nobody felt that this year.
Yeah.
Nobody. Not one person.
But then again, Rome wasn't built overnight.
Our shit's been building over decades.
We just restarted again with Josh McDaniels.
That is true.
Ziegler.
That's true.
So Rome wasn't built like Mark Davis said. Was it Mark Davis that said it last year? Rome wasn't built in a
says
night.
a lot of things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we
Don't get us
are
blacklisted.
rebuilding again, technically, with the whole new staffing and all that shit. So with that being said, I mean, we might not be sold on Josh McDaniels, but he is what we got.
Yeah.
We're stuck with him whether we like it or not.
And two can be right because I agree with your point and I agree with your point because everybody had hope with Derek Carr. I don't know why, like after so many years, Derek Carr, I love the guy. I kind of fell off of that train, I think in 2020. And even though we weren't winning a lot, it was always next year we're going to do better. And I think we were doing better with John Gruden year after year. It was getting better, not crazy, until that season came about where, everything went to shit.
Yeah.
And then Josh McDaniels, nobody really wanted him here. Everybody got excited because they're the ones that brought in Devontae Adams, made that reunion happen with DC. And
I mean, it also goes back to Oakland days where we weren't winning. We had no steady coach. We had no steady quarterback. So when we actually had something that was actually steady and not toxic, then that's when people were starting to believe. And especially after the 2016 season, when we went to the playoffs.
Man.
You know, I was there for every single game in the Black
Yeah.
Hole. We was down there cheering loud.
Yeah.
You know, and then goes to, you know, Oakland lost the Raiders. They went over to Vegas. So, boom, fans already pissed off. You know, then they brought back Chucky before that happened. You know, so still mad, but not as much. You know, and then that's when it starts, you know, unfolding. In 2020, 2021, when we went to the playoffs. But I felt like a lot of people didn't really care because you had all that COVID going on. You know, so other people were worried about that other than the Raiders. So
I think it was an exciting time in 2021.
it was great.
crazy.
It was. I felt like that was like a Cinderella story. The whole 2021 season.
We had
Because-
so much shit happen that year.
It was a lot.
Yeah, we had a lot of shit happen that year, and we found a way to put it together, and we won. Went to the playoffs. Even though we didn't know what the future was, we knew we were going to get a new head coach. We didn't know which players were going to come back and all this and that. I feel like Raider fans, for once, wanted to have somebody. Well, not for once. I think for once, Mark Davis didn't care about what the Raider fans wanted. He got his guy. He wanted to build a culture here with Josh McDaniels. Whether you like them or not, like you said, that's all we got
They're
right
here
now.
for the long run.
And the first year, that's all our expectations after getting Devontae Adams and Derek Carr here with everything that we had. Our expectations were really high for this team.
Yes.
Got shot down. And then you go out and you move on from Derek Carr, which I think is the right decision.
I do too.
I feel like it's the right
100%.
decision, but I think the way they did it, fans weren't,
Disrespectfully.
the fans weren't happy about that. So they're already going into the season with a losing season. I mean, they're already going into the offense with a losing season. The quarterback that everybody grown to love or hate is not here anymore, which is going to be more
Animosity?
that word, yeah.
Frustration?
Frustration on the team. And then the whole Josh Jacobs team after, him having a great season, like a lot of fans weren't really happy. And then I guess the biggest question was who's the quarterback going to be? And I think that was going to be the main factor of whether or not the fans are going to be happy or not. Because if we got Tom Brady, I think a lot of fans would have been like,
I would have been pissed off. Fuck Brady.
oh, he would have been pissed off.
Brady,
Fuck
but
Brady.
I would have
the
been
motherfucker
happy.
was 40 what? He's
All right, go ahead.
45?
Suck his cock, bro.
Hey, here. Look here, bro.
At least that it got six
Right.
rings on it, though.
Fuck Brady and fuck Jimmy.
Okay. Bro, before I get into all that, Tom Brady, if that had been our quarterback, yeah, there would have been fans that obviously didn't like it, obviously.
But he was,
But a lot of people would have been more happy about that.
yes.
Than Jimmy
No.
G. No, there would have been. I've talked to a lot of fans.
Statistics.
I've talked to a lot of fans that
You know what?
Wanted to have-
From behalf of Oakland Raider Nation, fuck you guys.
and that's why we're not in Oakland no more. I'm just joking.
That's why the A's are leaving, motherfucker.
I'm a Giants fan.
He is a Giants fan and a Warriors fan.
And a Niner fan.
Yeah, that's why I can't reach your phone fan.
Okay, I know we got to, but with all that, I feel like
I got a fat cock for you.
I feel like if we had a different quarterback other than Jimmy G, I think it would have been better right now. I think the fans would have at least some hope.
Fuck Jimmy.
Well, of course, you're one of the guys that don't like Jimmy.
Hey, I'm from the Bay Area. Bro.
I know,
I had to
I know.
deal with this shit when he was on the Niners. You know how much shit I was talking about him?
I
Throwing
was
those
too.
interceptions.
Everybody was.
He was, I
all
was,
the time. Then we got stuck with him.
yeah.
I had to eat my words.
But that's what I'm saying.
Horrible.
Every year we always have some type of hope going into the season. But this year, we got people that nobody wanted, especially Jimmy G. We still got Josh McDaniels here, no Derek Carr here. Meaning a lot of Raider fans came into the season with no hope. And I've talked to a lot of fans that felt like we were going to tank and go for Caleb next year. And I had hope coming into the season. And in the beginning, it obviously didn't look too good. I feel like we're starting to build something, but there's really no consistency there because Jimmy's out again and might not be here for this game. Who's going to be? Brian Hoyer, AOC.
I'd rather prefer to see AOC.
Yeah.
I want the rookie to get his bumps and bruises in now.
That's
That way,
true.
when it comes next year, he's ready to go.
Yeah.
Just like I did not want to get rid of Stiddy. I wish we kept him.
So I guess pertaining to that point real quick, so I can close off this because I got a lot of questions for you. You do we believe that we'll be a 10-win team or a playoff team? You said no, right?
In my heart of hearts, I'm a diehard Raider fan. I
Yeah.
want to say yes, but the negativity that's taken over, that I'm just over
As a
it. I'm gonna say
football
no.
fan,
Yeah.
You know,
no.
no.
Okay. I'm on the same boat.
It just pisses me off that I have to say that. You know?
It does.
Hurts,
I mean,
hurts
it
my
does.
heart, man.
Because
We
always, well, not all of us, but there's a lot of fans like me that have optimism, some kind of hope that this team is going to do good. But I'm on the same boat. I came into the season with optimism, but
Week 4 is where my optimism just said, fuck this.
who we play that week?
Chicago, LA, right?
No,
Or was that week 3?
that was week 4.
Yeah,
It was week 4.
LA.
Right? Week 4. We won 3 games. I'm like, you know, I'm still riding hella hard ball. And then week 4, I finally got my quarterback in there, and we just went to shit. I was like, oh, fuck.
And that's the reason why.
But he's a rookie.
I know, but still, I can't help the way I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I
If
mean?
you watch that game, the O-line, they fucking was like, here goes some Vaseline. Come get our quarterback.
But that's what they did for all of our quarterbacks. But Jimmy's still able to get out of it, though.
Oh, my God.
They've been
bro.
doing better
6
for Jimmy.
sacks in the last 2 games. Or 8 sacks.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
Whatever
like,
the fuck it was.
we're winning, though.
They got 6 sacks alone in the fucking Charger game. They was over
Exactly.
there like,
Exactly. And who was
let's
that
do this.
quarterback that game?
Yeah, but the O-line.
Leave the rookie alone.
He was
bro.
holding
He's
on to the ball
learning
so
here.
long. It was,
AOC, motherfucker.
he needs to see his way out of here. That's what he needs to. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
As long as he doesn't leave on the stretcher. All right, Mr. Broken Down Jimmy over here.
Break down Jimmy.
Break down Jimmy.
I joke around about Asa because of this guy. I do like the kid, though. I'm not going to lie. I understand your point as well. I mean, I wouldn't mind if he was in there, but if it was up to me, I wouldn't have him in there. At least
want
for
Hoyer.
this week.
You want Hoyer.
At least for this week. Just this week. If Hoyer goes out there and shits the bed like AOC did in week 4, then I'll go. then
You just have to throw that in there, huh?
No, okay. All jokes aside, I just
The
want
only
to see.
reason fucking Hoyer did good this last week is because he was trying to maintain a job because AOC is going to come in and fucking take that job.
He probably could. I'm not gonna.
It's gonna be like this, all right? It's gonna be.
It
like
is.
this.
It's like our options aren't really. we're fighting over apples and apples, bro. Like, it really ain't that different. It's just a veteran and a rookie, which the rookie does have upside.
Major.
But
Major.
I guess for me, I just say like moving forward, my optimism's out the window. I'm gonna take the wins as we get them, and I guess I'll be optimistic week to week. But as far as looking at the whole season, I don't think we'll be a playoff team, which sucks. But if all things go right, we could easily be a playoff team. But I think for me, my optimism's out the window.
I'm just sitting there, just watching, like,
Fuck my life.
yep.
Nah.
And then fucking like literally the last like minute, 2 minutes, like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, let's go.
It is.
Yeah, it's like
They're over here.
It's a stupid roller coaster we're just on, just watching it live. It's
Yeah.
like I'm looking at the fans around me. I'm like, man, fuck you.
Oh, so let's get off to another subject, I guess, real quick. Outside of all of that, we've been to games. You've been to mostly all the Vegas games out here. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you were a part of Oakland. I never got to be in Oakland. He got to be there one time. How do you feel about the fans? Because you bring up a lot of good points that I've seen on your social media. If you guys are not following him, Raider Jesse 408. What's your thoughts on the fans, the opposing fans? Because there's a lot of Raider fans that hate it. This will never be like Oakland, blah, blah, blah.
I'm sick and tired of hearing that. I'm a diehard Raider fan. A lot of you guys know me from Oakland. A lot of people. Either you know me from just attending the games, selling the bandanas at the games, just seeing me drunk at the games.
Allegedly selling bandanas.
Allegedly. But going back to, Oakland, I was always in B-Lot, C-Lot. Once I tapped into those markets, I go A&D. But I've always sat in section 105, real black hole, row 3 with my Nino, Michael, the one with the sombrero. And we was out there. But the tailgates in Oakland, the fan base, everything else, Las Vegas will never hold a candle to.
Yeah.
Same thing, probably, I wasn't born then, but you could probably say the same thing with LA and the fans and how that. But I'm sick and tired of hearing fans saying, hey, this will never happen in Oakland. Hey, this will never happen in Vegas. But yet, you're still the same fans sitting on the couch, not coming out to Vegas to support.
Or just
and
going
for
to
the team.
casinos and shit.
Just being out here in Vegas, just for the tailgate alone, just to show out and show what true Raider Nation is. As a veteran from, as an Oakland Raider fan, even veteranos over there in LA, it's time for us to step up, lace up the boots with the fan base in Vegas, and show out for what Raider Nation really is. Yes, it is expensive. Don't get me wrong. I'm spending so much money just to be here, but luckily, I'm blessed with having a hustle on, and I'm humble by as many Raider fans that buy off me every game that I get to attend the games, but there's ways to get around it. If you go in with your boys, with your girls, whatever
Yes.
you need to do, go get a hotel room, sleep on the floor,
Facts.
do whatever you need to do to get out here to come out and support the Raider Nation, because we really need it. You guys all the fans that are staying home, putting down the Raider fans that are actually being out here, I take it very disrespectfully, because I spend as much money as I do just to be out here, just to support, to show out content, to be the true Raider fan that I am, that I know I am, to bleed the silver and black in Vegas. Hey, I was pissed off just like anybody else, but you still see me repping my Oakland shit. You feel me? I will never wear LA. I will never wear Vegas, but I will Raiders. I will wear Raiders, and I will represent Oakland. You know what I mean? Because I'm from the Bay Area.
Since we're on the subject of this, I made it to rant, remember, in the last episode. If you tailgate, or if you're out here in Vegas at the casinos, to watch the games. I know a lot of people fly into towns just to watch the game, even though they can't afford to go to the games. And especially if you tailgate and fucking at the Raider Stadium, bring your ass to fucking J-Lot. I don't care what you got to say. J-Lot is where it's at right now. It ain't much, but it's all we got. Now, if we get all these groups that are over here in H-Lot, G-Lot, this lot, that lot, and we get all into J-Lot, we can start, get it going on the weekends, with the tailgates. We can start to grow what could potentially not be as, Oakland or LA, but we can create our own environment here in Las Vegas.
We have to, we have to bring that culture from
bitching.
LA and Oakland to Vegas.
Stop bitching.
Hey, exactly what it is. Stop bitching. Get your ass
over here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put your money where your mouth is.
If not,
always goes to that. But I understand your point. I feel like it's hard for people to get to J-Lot though. Like everybody probably got their own spot and whatnot. But like I told him in the last episode, I feel like if you're not tailgating and you just want to come around somewhere, want to look for a place to go other than the Modelo Zone, I think J-Lot's where it's at. We don't have much. I compared to, like, we've been to L.A. We recently went to L.A. and that shit was packed at Pink Lot.
bro.
Like,
That
way more.
tailgate is just like how Oakland is.
Exactly.
LA is South Oakland.
It
I mean, that's what we used to call them.
It is, and
Vegas is west of Oakland.
yeah.
Or east of Oakland.
I don't think the tailgates will be the same as Oakland. Never will be. It is a different environment. And to his point, like, I don't think a lot of fans are going to be tailgating or coming out here just to tailgate, because they're probably coming from the casinos and stuff like that, or just they're coming on a vacation trip just to go to the game. They'll be wherever the party's at. But I guess being in the stadium, what I've said before, the only way you could get the Raider fans or the Raider Nation to come through and go as hard as they have been is by winning. Like this past game, and even the game against the Packers, there was a lot of Packer fans at the stadium, but we didn't really hear them because we were dominating most of that game. So I feel like, with the winning culture that's here in Vegas, with the Aces and with the Golden Knights, the Raiders just got to start winning.
Yes, I believe that 100%. But it's also, even if we're losing, we still have to establish the Raider culture. The Raider culture, it's beyond football. It's people's way of life.
So the original Raider Nation. We're the only nation.
Yeah. Oakland, LA, Vegas. We're all one nation. So we have to establish something for, even when we do start winning, these fans have something to come to. So if you're ever in Lot J, make sure you come out to Oos Nation Barbecue. Our tailgates.
Oos Nation tailgate.
We got the thing cracking.
Yes, sir. Oos Nation, Sup Oos Barbecue. When's the next game? What's the next game you're going to come to?
The next home game.
Giants.
Is it Giants or Jets?
Giants.
It's Giants. So yeah,
Giants and Jets.
we'll
Jets
definitely
is
be
a
out there.
Sunday night game.
Oh, Sunday night.
But the Giants is a 125.
Yeah, we got a lot of primetime games. I just
we have
noticed how many
so
primetime
many
games we
primetime
We
got.
have 6 for the season.
Holy crap.
That's a lot
That,
for what we've been seeing.
Yeah.
we never had that love in Oakland.
Is it scripted? Is it scripted? Maybe
scripted?
Maybe we're going to slowly go into the playoffs.
Oh, for Las Vegas Super Bowl. I mean, that would be perfect.
At least get us.
That'd be perfect for me, but Vegas, playing in Vegas, anything can happen in the NFL. We found that out. We started seasons off 3-0 and thinking we're gonna go to the playoffs, and we just shit the bed for the rest of
In
the
the
season.
season of 3 and fucking 15.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of things can change. I feel like the Raiders are moving in the right direction right now. We still gotta, like you said, figure things out with the coaching, the quarterback. How long is Jimmy gonna go for? Is AOC gonna be the guy to pick up and take the ball? And run all the way to the playoffs. Who knows? But if the defense continues to play like they have been playing, I feel like we should be in for a couple more wins, at least 8. For me, I feel like at least 8.
We should. I mean, you got what? Chicago this week. Justin Fields ain't playing. That should be a win. Then we got the Detroit Lions. If we go into that game with the win over the Bears, the momentum, I see us possibly coming out with the underdog win. Then we got what? The Giants should be a win.
I mean,
We should get 8 wins, though.
the end of the season should pan out right for us. But man, shout out to our special guest, Raider Jesse.
Hey.
Let them know where they can find you.
Raider Jesse 408 on Instagram or Raider Jesse on YouTube. I'm barely starting out my vlog channel, so go check me out, please. Give me a subscription, baby.
Y'all can find me on all platforms at Mr. Fitz 714, MRFITZ 714. Y'all know what it is. Raiders, bitch, and fuck your team. AOC, AOC.
That sounds like a depressed Raider fan. That was joking. You can find me at Simone Raider, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, YouTube, the whole 9 yards. And don't forget to subscribe to the Oos Nation podcast if you guys haven't already.
Yes, sir.
Until next time, with our next special guest, this was Simone Raider, and we are
Raiders.